Hello everyone, welcome to this webinar where we are going to learn about IoTM, this month's IoTM competition, what is its theme, how we are going to make it and submit it. Till that time, I'll just spend few minutes to first get comments from everyone and let people join to this webinar. So I have received few comments. Hello Sharvia, how are you? Hello Rachna. Uh, Where I think Debargya Sina. Hello Debargya, how are you? I would request everyone, whoever is watching this webinar, just write down your name and your class and your which kit of Avishkar do you have, or course of Avishkar do you have with you, and have you ever used any kind of Avishkar kit earlier? So please write down in the comment section in the YouTube. So I will be reading out, and so that I can know how you are actually going with your competition. So I have received few comments only from Sharveya and Rachna, and let's wait for everyone to join first, and then we'll start. Everyone, whoever is watching this, please write down your name along with your age uh, and school name in the chat section, so that I can get to know you. Until we'll just wait for all the participants to join first. We have 6 participants right now. Rachna and Sharveya, please write down your age and school name in the chat section. So, okay. Uh, Let us start with our webinar now. So, hello all, whoever is watching this. My name is Mukul and I am a resident expert and a community tech manager in Avishkar. I basically work on IoTM competitions and community part in Avishkar. So I will be now helping you today about the theme of the competition of IoTM. IoTM actually stands for Innovator of the Month. So it's a regular competition which happens every 45 days. After every 45 days, we select few winner in every of our IoTM. They win prizes, exciting prizes, and these competition are totally based on few sustainable development goals, which are basically UN sustainable development goals. So basically, how these are related to some real life problems, and we try to make this competition possible for you, so that you can think of how you can use your robotic skills or maybe programming skill to solve real world problems. Okay, so this is how the competitions are framed. Now, talking more about the themes and competitions, the theme for this month, June month, is basically combating the war and terrorism. I hope you already know that there is a war going on around in our world between uh, Sorry, my network broke. Yeah. So yeah, I was telling you about that. We already know that we have a war going on around in our world right now between two of the big nations, which is Russia and Ukraine, and they've been fighting since a very long time of, I guess, last 2 to 3 months, and this is not good for humanity in any way. So how we can actually help the humanity around these war zones, how we can actually bring peace or maybe safety to the general public when there is a situation of a war. So this is how we need to actually think of in this competition, in this month competition, where we are going to help the army, which can be useful in war zone, maybe in defense sector, maybe in fighting, maybe some shooting mechanism, maybe some kind of communication devices, or maybe some kind of apps, or we can have some different kind of things which can actually help the general public in case of a war zone or a war period, just like shelters, safety jackets, and all those things. Okay, so this is how we are actually going to learn more about real solving real world problems. So we have received few more comments. Siddhi Deswal, hello Siddhi. Uh, I have paperboard and toolkit by Avishkar. Very good. You are from Presidium Indrapuram. Very good. Aradhya, I have made an anti-terrorism project. Very good, Aradhya. Very good. You should actually submit it on our platform. And I would want you, Aradhya, please write down in the comment section if you have already participated for the IoTM competition of this June month. Please write down yes or no. Hello, Vivek. How are you? Okay. So I guess yeah, we have few participants right now. Let me now just present my screen to you guys so that I can actually show you how and where you need to log in, how you need to log in into the Avishkar website to participate in this competition. So I'll just share my screen once. So I have opened my browser, a normal Google Chrome browser. If you can just see, it will be visible to you in second. So yeah, I have opened my browser. Now I just need to write down community.avishkar.cc. Community.avishkar.cc. This is the link. Community.avishkar.cc. So if you come to this website, you will actually see all the live competitions and all the past competitions. So as you all know, that we had IoTM March competition in March month, where we had this theme of pause the plastic, where we created something related to plastic to solve the problem of plastic. It was again a real world problem, and at that time Sharvaya was the winner. So Sharvaya made a very good robot. The last month, April to May one, we had this competition of IoTM where the theme was empowering the differently able. So empowering the differently able means helping those who are not fully able to do certain things, those who are disabled in some format. It could be any kind of disability they might be suffering from. This month we have the competition, which is you can see under the live competition. Tab. So live competition is currently this 20 registrations. So let me just click on no more. It is actually showing me the time, how much time is left in submission, in submitting the project. So I'll just click on no more. And you can see the page, the competition page has been opened up. I'll be explaining you about each and everything on this page, and then actually we'll move forward. So if you look at the description of this theme or the this month competition, the theme is combating the war and terrorism. So IoTM is again in Innovator of the Month, and the theme is combating the war and terrorism. That means we have to make something which can actually combat the problem of war and terrorism. We can make some anti-terrorism, anti-terrorist machines, or maybe projects like Aradhya just told us that she had made something anti-terrorism project, something like that. So if I read you this text, the army focus is on the conduct of surgical and professional operation based on hard intelligence, the intelligence that they gather throughout their course, through their schemes, through their strategies of enemies and terrorists, and while causing minimum inconvenience to the local populace. They should not. They try to not cause any kind of problem to local public. They'll try to keep it very covert. Simultaneously, the focus has been on the destruction of terrorist infrastructure, resulting in a large number of hideouts. So you might have seen somewhere on the news, or maybe that our army has destroyed a few bunkers, or some other countries had destroyed some other terrorist bunkers in mountains, or maybe in a plainer area where the terrorists were hiding out. So yeah, the army focus is to actually conduct surgical operation to destroy these terrorist organization and terrorist hideouts. Now, uh, what they need actually is sometime what happens. We uh, because of the army, we are totally safe. We don't have any kind of problem. We are living happily in our homes, but army personnel go through a lot, and they suffer a lot of problems. They have to work in very temperature, maybe very hot temperature, or maybe very low temperatures in maybe like in Siachen, or maybe in like deserts like Thar. They have to work in very different temperature ranges where body would not work normally, and they would have to work very hard under that. So what we want to do is we want to actually help the army and the general public in case of any war through our innovations. So we need to do something, we need to create something through our innovative mind, through our innovative process, which can actually help army personnel, or maybe help any citizen to stay safe in case of a terrorist attack, or maybe a war zone, or something like that. Okay, so this was the summary of this competition. You can actually see this is a on the right hand side there is a graphic which is actually showing you how our zone is look like. We have drones, we have tanks, we have machineries which is shooting machine and all those things. Now if I move forward and tell you the basic uh, sub themes which we have decided that you can choose any of the sub theme, and you can actually create one project out of them. Similarly, we have one video for you, so I'll be just playing the video first of all for you, and then we'll move forward to the sub themes. Yeah, so we actually watched this very cool explanatory video about the situation of wars and how it affect people around us, or maybe or anywhere in the country. So this was the problems that so many people, around 90,000 people, 19,000 people have died. People have died through in a war zone, or maybe due to a terrorist activity. Over 90,000, over 89,000 people have died in an armed battle. And those were army personnel and something like that. But our government is taking measures for correcting this figure and keeping safe the citizen and the army personnel and not getting involved in a war. And if by chance we are into a war, we should have a innovative mechanism, a strategic planning to keep ourselves safe. So that is what we are looking out uh, from your projects in your projects. So these are few of the sub themes which you can actually choose and create your project on. So first one is the spy robots. If you have seen few movies like James Bond movies or maybe any kind of spy movies, most of the movies have spy robots, and the spy robots could be a drone, could be a car, could be a bug, something like that, which can actually go to a terrorist area, to a terrorist hideout, or maybe enemies hideout and carry out certain tasks and gather information. Another one is drones and missiles. We all thank our greatest scientist of India, Mr. APJ, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, uh, in designing all the PSLVs, launch vehicles, drones and missile vehicles. He was known as Missile Man of India. We can also learn from him and maybe create some kind of drones and missiles which can be used in a war area to safeguard ourselves. Similarly, rovers and any-terrain vehicles. Rovers and any-terrain vehicles are basically machines or cars which can be driven in any kind of land or area. It could be a sand. It should work in a sand desert. It should work in a plainer area. It should work in a rocky mountain. So any terrain vehicle is a machine which can actually work on any kind of surface. Rover is a machine which kind of work on different kind of surfaces and collect different data. For example, you might have heard of Perseverance and Curiosity rovers that were sent by NASA on the surface of Mars to gather data. So some same kind of rovers are also used in army machineries, army missions, which can collect data from enemies place, or maybe we can create such rovers that can go into a landmine field and then go diffuse them, something like that. The next one is peace and protection. Peace and protection is basically how we can create some kind of apps or maybe devices or maybe robots which can actually bring peace to this world, which can actually motivate people about peace and telling them that war is not a good solution of any kind of clashes. Similarly, safety equipment. Safety equipments could be safety vest, uh, like bulletproof vest, bulletproof car, shelters, and different type of things. Defense machineries. Defense machinery could be like uh, shields and something like that. War safe house and shelters, maybe some kind of shelter design which can be uh, quickly set up and quickly demolished, so that dismantled, so that it can be transported and easily safeguard us through different situation in maybe mountains or maybe different areas. Another thing is communication in war zone. We can actually create some devices which can be helpful in communication of different people. We can give these communication devices to different people affected in war zones or maybe to different army personnel with a cryptic technology that actually cryptic actually means secret codes. So if you can create a communication device which can actually encrypt your code, convert your code into a secret message, and then transmit it to the other person, and then decrypt it or decode it and explain it to him. That is actually a very good communication device because many wars is basically many of the wars has been lost just because of the loss of communication or due to this non-encrypted communication techniques. Then we can also create some robots or maybe apps which can actually teach general public or maybe army personnel of survival techniques and trainings. You can actually create an app which can help you tell people that how to survive yourself in a war zone or in a time of war. If you remember, there was a show called Man vs. Wild, which was used to run on Discovery. That is a perfect example of survival training, how to survive in a wild area. Similarly, we can create an app where we can, sorry. Similarly, we can create an app which can actually tell people how they can actually survive in a war zone and similar techniques, how they can get water, how they can get food, how they can actually different. It could be about different techniques, how they should light a fire and something like that. Okay, how they can make their camp and all those sort of things. And also there is another option available, which in under which you can think of your own sub theme and create a project on your own. Okay, so yeah, this was about all the themes. I would now request you to ask your questions. If you have any kind of questions, please ask us in the comment section. So anyone, Siti, Shreya, Radha, Vivek, anyone, if you want any kind of question, please write down in the comment section. Also, I would request you to go and participate on this competition if you haven't participated till yet. So open this link, community.avishkar.cc, click on the first link and then click on the participate now button. So yeah, now moving forward, uh, speaking about the prizes or the winners, we will be having three type of winners in this competition, like just like every time. First one will be the grand winner. The grand winner will receive a grand prize, and there it will be only one grand winner. There will be only one grand winner in this competition, in this month's competition. Then there will be two runner-ups. They will be like equally partnering up on the same position. So second position is for two people, and then we have honorable mention. That is the third level or the third prize, where where there will be three members, three participants who will be the honorable mention prizes. So this is all about the prizes. Talking about the details, I guess all of you already know these project guidelines and material guidelines. Project guidelines is that you have to create something related to this theme, related to this theme of army and theme of combating the war and terrorism, and you can create your own solution, record a video, and then follow all the guidelines. You can actually create robots, you can create apps, you can create machines, anything you like as per your choice. Just make sure that you record a proper video of working of your robot, not making of the robot or making of the project. You have to record a video of working of your robot or your project or your app, whatever you are creating, and then upload it or submit it on the competition page. Then material guidelines is you can actually choose any kind of open source technology. For example, Arduino is an open source technology, Raspberry Pi is an open source technology. If you want to use any other open source tool, you can use it. You can use DIY art and craft material. You can use Avishkar, any of the Avishkar product, and then you can also use some cardboard and paper like stuff, but not make sure not to use any proprietary products from any other companies. So you should not use any other company product, because it will create a conflict of interest, and then uh, your project can might be disqualified due to that. Okay, so these were the guidelines about project and material. Then moving forward, there are few video guidelines. Video guidelines are same. You have to record a video in landscape mode. Landscape mode is this mode. This basically game. Okay, just like we watch videos on YouTube in full screen. Uh, you should record your video in landscape mode. Then you need to actually set your resolution to at least 720p or HD. Record your video in HD resolution. Okay, go to your camera settings and record it in HD format. 720p should be your minimum at least your minimum resolution in which you record the video. Then we have lighting. You need to make sure that your lighting is proper. If your room does not have any kind of proper lighting system, or maybe you feel that your room is dark, then go to a open place where you can get good sunlight, and then you can record it in good sunlight and good lighting. Also, record your project, record your robot from every angle, from everywhere. If you have a robot, please rotate it in front of the camera, or maybe rotate the camera around the project, whatever it is, however it is possible for you, and record it from every angle. Similarly, if you have made an app, record every screen of it and show how every screen is look like and how every screen is working. Similarly, the last but the most important one, you have to make sure that you introduce yourself in the video first. You should not only show the project, you should also show how your project, who are you, how you have made this project, your school name, what is your school name, how old are you, and how your project is related to this theme and helping the world in solving this real life problem. Okay. Then we already have few courses for you. You can go check them out and start learning. We have few examples as well. You can see, take some examples help. So if I show you this thing, this project, yeah, if you can see, this is a video of a robot beautifully created by a student named Rayansh Bhatnagar. So it's an archery machine. See, uh, it's an archery machine. It can move forward. It can take turns. It can actually shoot something out of it. You can actually create a machine with this. Okay, so this was one of the examples. Similarly, we go to the presentation period. We have different examples. Just flame detector project, which can detect fire and flames. So you can also create projects like this as well. Let us load this and then play the video. So if you can see, this student has beautifully created a flame detector project using the maker board. He has used a flame sensor and then rest of the electronics. So if you have seen this, this student has used a flame sensor, and as soon as he bring a flame in front of the sensor, the animation on the maker board is started that depicts that there is a fire in nearby area. Okay, so you can also create projects like this. This was one of the project. Now moving to few other examples. This was a flexible safety chest, bulletproof vest, which actually uh, helps you to stay flexible while wearing this kind of bulletproof vest. This was created by one army major, and then it was successfully launched by army in the country. Then we have few more examples of a robot which was created by DRDO. This was a machine. Uh, this machine is called Daksh, which can actually carry out different tasks. It can actually plant or maybe find like diffuse bombs. This robot can diffuse bombs easily, and so that no human should go near a bomb and harm his life. This robot can do it pretty easily. So you can also create a robot like this. This was created by Ministry of Defense, DRDO of our country, India. Then this was another kind of robot which is used by Navy, a dolphin robot, which can actually move in the sea, and it would tell you about different enemy ships and different kind of terrorist activity which is going around the sea. So this is another example. We can actually make a robot like this as well. This is a robot dog which was actually Mexican borders for securities and all those things. So you can create that and then create something out of it. Okay, so yeah, this was all about IoTM competition. How we are going to actually make something out of it. What are the rules? What are the how many winners will be there? What is the theme, and what is the timeline of this competition? The competition started on 2nd of July. The submission is live now. You can actually go to submit your project, and then you can actually uh, submit it by 16th of July. So I will again show you one more thing, this page, and I'll go to this page. Let me show you how you can submit your projects. I am into the Yeah. Okay. So sorry, I was on mute due to default settings. But yeah, I was telling you how we are going to submit our project onto the Avishkar website. How we are going to create something that we have already learned, what we are going to create. Now I'm telling you how we are going to submit it. So first of all, what you need to do is come onto this page called community.avishkar. So go to your browser, write down community.avishkar.cc, or just you can go to avishkar.cc and go to community. Click on community, will be redirected to this page. Then you have to click on live competition and you will see this IoTM June 2022 competition combating the war and terrorism. You have to open this and then click. You will see a participate now button. If you click on participate now, it will get converted to submit. If you have the project ready, click on submit button, then click on submit now. There you will see few different guidelines again. If you want to use one image, you can download it from here and it will look like this. You can then save this image onto your laptop or your device so that you can actually use it in your video. However, if you want to directly submit your entry, just scroll down, click on submit entry, and there you have different fields now. So if you can see, I have three fields over here. Don't miss the right one. So there is one title tab. So let me write down Army Helping Robot. And then I can add a description, something like that. I'm adding something rubbish. And I need to actually add some image. So let me just add this one, this image of Wally. So you need to add an image, you need to add a title, you need to add a description, then you need to add some collaborators. You can select any collaborators or your trainers, your mentors. You can add a kit, which kit you have used. Then you can use tags, robotics, if you have made a robotics. You can use app dev, simple machine, whatever it is. Then you need to add a video. Just add a video, just like this. I have selected my video and I have added it. Now the video will be uploading, and then I need to write down. If I want to write down something about my project, I can write down. Otherwise, I would have to answer these questions. These four questions. These four questions are: how much time did you spend on making this project? आपने कितना time spend करा इस project को बनाने के लिए? How many hours, how many days have you spent thinking on this project? कितने घंटे, कितना time आपने लगाया इस project को बनाने में? What motivated you to create this project? आपको किस चीज ने motivate करा इस project को बनाने के लिए? It could be anything that war motivated you, army motivated you, or maybe some of the trainer motivated you, something like that. How did your project relate to the theme? आपका प्रोजेक्ट कैसे रिलेट करता है थीम से? हाउ इट इज रिलेटेड, हाउ इट इज सॉल्विंग द प्रॉब्लम? डिड यू फेस एनी challenges while completing the project? If yes, then mention it. If no, then you can write down no. Just like that, you can write down all other answers. Something like whatever. I'm just writing rubbish over here, but yes, that is not how actually I need to do it. But yeah, I need to select a kit. I need to select a, yeah, and then my submit button is active. Then I can submit it. So I'm not clicking on submit because I have added some rubbish data. That is why I'm not doing it. But yeah, this is how you will actually go and upload your project. So for everyone who is going to submit your project, please make sure, don't forget to add this image. Don't forget to add this image. It is on the right side. The title description is on the left side. You have to add this image. If you don't do it and skip it and do all the steps, this submit button will not be active. Okay. So this was all about the competition, guys. How we are going to submit our entry, what is the theme, and how we actually make something related to it. Okay. So I would now request you to ask any kind of questions if you have, and then we'll move forward. Anyone having any questions? Okay. Sir, can we use Arduino parts? Yes, Sharveya, you can use Arduino parts. It's totally okay to use Arduino parts. You can use any kind of sensor. Okay. It's an open source technology, open source board, so you can actually use it. Don't worry. Similarly, everyone, do you have any other questions, guys? Please ask in the comment section. I'm here to help you. Please write down your questions in the chat section. Okay. So yeah, I guess all the questions are done, and I hope this webinar was helpful to you, and I help you to explaining you the process of submitting the project and anything else. So if you want to know more about this competition, just stay connected to our social media channels on Instagram, follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram as well, so that you can actually get different information about different competitions. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Bye bye. Have a safe day.